this is this 1970 Chevelle, powered by a really nice running 350 V8 with headers and power steering. It does not have power brakes, but we just went through all four corners of the brakes with pads and shoes. Plug wires look good. It's had a recent tune-up. It really runs nice. Engine compartment really looks good on the car. This car is what I would classify as a project driver. It's a 1970 Chevelle, which are one of the most sought-after Chevelles out there, and it's got a 350 power backed up by a 4-speed. But it is a project, and it will need some work. The paint job's a 20-footer at best. It's got some scratches and some dings and stuff like that on it. Just kind of an amateur restoration when it was done, but it looks good for a driver project. As you go across the front here, you can see this car originally was orange. And you can see that around some of the edges and around the door jamb areas. And someone painted it the Cortez silver, probably 5 to 15 years ago, somewhere in that ballpark. As we look at the front bumper is original, very usable as is. Grill is in good shape as well. I don't see any cracks or busted out pieces in the grill. There's some dings and some of the chrome on the grill. But other than that, it looks real good up front. Headlights are all good. The chrome around the headlights look nice. As we look up and down the sides, it's really a pretty straight old car. But you can tell it's got some filler in the quarter panels behind the wheel. In the driver's side doors also has some filler on that corner there. It's had some rust there. The floors and trunk on it, if you look at the undercarriage pictures, you'll see it's all painted black and really looks solid. So it's a good solid car to start with. As we look at the front fender on the passenger side, there's no blisters or paint chips anywhere on that. We've got a bad alignment here on the door to the fender. It's got some paint chips here that needs to be adjusted. It's also got some paint chips down here on the rocker panel. Other than that, the rocker looks good. I don't see any blisters there. Door looks good. No blisters on the front or behind the door, anywhere down along there. We've got a scrape, kind of a scrape dent right through here. And it's got some paint imperfections. Looks like they might have pulled that dent out right here. There's 3 or 4 little spots. Nice and solid there though. The main thing I noticed with body filler is you'll see the picture of the undercarriage, and it's right on the inner panel back in here. Seems solid here. It's just on the back side. They did some homemade patches and stuff like that. It's got some American Racing rims. Tires are in good shape all the way around. Back bumper is the original, and it does have some dents in the back bumper. That's something that probably would look good just to get replaced right away. As we look at the bottom of the trunk lid, we've got some paint imperfections along here. Just kind of some bad body work as far as it doesn't line up good to the quarter panel. That's the kind of stuff when I'm saying it's a 20-footer. It's got a lot of that kind of stuff. It's got a set of Pioneer 6x9s and a nice back shelf on it. We open the corner on the passenger side of the door here, and that's in excellent shape. It's never had any body filler there. It's nice and solid. Whoever painted the door jambs did a bad job. I mean, there's overspray on the rubbers. You can see the orange underneath the rubbers. Rubbers are original, so they're kind of hard. Door panel on the passenger side is perfect. Armrest has some scuffs on it, but it looks solid. But the door panel, they did replace that, and that's new. This roof rail rubber needs to be replaced. That's the original also. They took the original bench seat out, and they put in a brand new set. It looks like Pro Car seats. They're brand new, and they look excellent. They full recline. They've got the little pockets in the back. They look really nice in the car. Back seats in excellent shape. It's got its factory GM seat belts in the back. Back door panels and front door panels all the way around are in excellent condition. Very, very nice. Rear sail panels coming loose a little bit there. That needs to be fixed. Dome light works, and there is some holes in the headliner above the visor. Other than that, the headliner is all intact. Dash pad's got a few little hairline cracks over on the driver's side, but here on the passenger side looks good. Glove box area looks good. It's got a Hurst 4-speed. Like I said, this car's got a lot of great components. It's got the 350 with the 4-speed, good floors, really nice interior, and it's got a great look. It's just if you get right on top of it, you can see that the bodywork was a little shabby. You see here, there's this back balance piece needs to be replaced. It had a dent in it. Somebody tried to fix it, and it's got a crack in the body filler there. And it's just a $20, $30 piece. So, just stuff like that. As we look up and down the driver's side's a lot straighter and nicer than the passenger side, because the passenger side had that quarter, that scrape in that quarter there. This side looks really good. Behind the rear wheel, there's no blisters. As we go up here in the back, behind the window, we've got there again just a little orange paint showing under that gray where it's got some, where it chipped along that chrome. Roof looks good. We got one little dent here in the roof, kind of a palm dent. Other than that, the rest of the paint on the roof looks really good. We come in here in front of the rear quarter. You can see where they wet sanded it and didn't finish wet sanding all the way down here to the rocker panel. Never buffed that, but there's no blisters in front of the wheel and no major dents anywhere there either. Rocker panel looks good, and so does the lower fender. Don't see any blisters, any noticeable blisters, but there's a few paint runs, kind of some bodywork stuff around that door handle. And we look in here in the bottom corner of the door, and we can see where that's had just a little bit of filler right in here in this corner. There again, our rubbers are dry rotted. Really needs rubbers, and the door jambs repainted for sure, done properly. Door panel is brand new, looks nice. Armrest pads should be replaced. It looks like they were white and they were dyed black. Other than that, the door panels are new and really, really nice front and back. So this rubber's hard and brittle as well. Car runs great. Doors shut good. As we come all the way around it, it's got a great look. And it's going to be priced accordingly. I just want everyone to know that it's a good looking running driving car, but you get up close, it's an amateur restoration, and it's, that's why it's priced the way it's priced. Also, as we look in here, it does have some rust on that inside corner of that door. As far as what works and what don't, it carries 50 pounds of oil pressure. Charging system works good. It's not discharging. It's been running here for quite a while, and it's running about 150, 160. Temperature gauge works. Gas gauge does not work. Heater doesn't work. But they all move freely. And the wipers don't work. So that's all stuff that needs to be fixed. The speedometer does work, and the car runs and drives down the road really well. I mentioned a little earlier, when the car came in, the brakes were in poor condition, so we replaced a ton of the brakes. All four corners, we did a lot of brake work to it. Really a neat hot rod. It's the best to describe this car. And we also put some new shocks on the front. The front end's not bad on it. It goes down the road pretty straight, but I'm guessing a lot of those parts are old, just like the brakes were when we got it in. Shifts good. Also guessing we got some lower gears in here. I'm guessing 373s, 411s. goes down the road nice though. As far as the front end goes, really, I don't think it's been redone in a long time. It still goes straight down the road. In my opinion, it does not need an alignment. Speedometer works, but it's off. It's saying about 75. I think we're doing about 65. Probably off a little bit because of the gears in the rear. So just kind of a recap. It's a good looking 70 Chevelle. Around the edges, it's a little tacky. You know, some of the gauges, stuff like that needs to be fixed. I'm going to price it accordingly. I'm going to sell it the way it is. Seems to go down the road nice. Transmission shifts well. Motor seems to run good. Just a nice driver.